A very good evening to one and all who is watching me today. Hello, viewers and students. And today we are going to be discussing a very small topic which comes under transformation of sentences, and that is the removal of the adverb to, the adverb TOO2. It's a small topic and it comes within transformation of sentences, although it is not a part of the chapter sentences, but since there is an exercise in Brennan Martin, so we will be discussing that. First we will do the examples and then we will be doing the exercises. Let's get started. The question says, alright, here's the question. Remove the adverb to, TOO2 and rewrite the following sentences. And rewrite the following sentences. Now the question is easy, and I am not going to be giving you some lame syntax and ask you to memorize it. Not my style. Instead, we are going to be practicing questions directly, and you will catch on the pattern in which the answer is supposed to be written. I will give you the hint, but you will be doing it on your own in a while. Alright, let's start with the first question, and it says, this is too good to be true. This is too good. This is too good to be true. Now, the meaning of the sentence is that some news sounds so good that it cannot be true. It is so good that it pushes the listener to the point of disbelief. कि ऐसा तो सच हो ही नहीं सकता. कोई न्यूज़ इतनी अच्छी हो, कोई बात इतनी अच्छी हो, ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता. That is the meaning of the sentence. And when we change it, this is how we change it. This is so good. This is so good. This is so good that it cannot be true. That it cannot be true. How have we changed this? Now let's look at it closely. This is retained. To is gone. So instead of to we get so. The adjective is retained. And this part changes to be true. It is so good that it cannot be true. You see that we have added a negative word. This negative word will come because that is the meaning of the sentence. That is ingrained, inherent in the meaning of the sentence. Something sounds so good that it cannot be true. As simple as that. Let's move on to the next question. Let's move on to the next question. Those mangoes are too cheap to be good. Those mangoes, I don't remember whether it is these in the question or those. I have written here those. Those mangoes are so cheap that they cannot be good. That they cannot be good. All these sentences, dear children, all of these sentences are sentences that express skepticism. Skepticism. ये एक नया शब्द है जो मैं आपको सिखा रही हूँ. Skepticism means that a person who is always disbelieving, the quality where a person always disbelieves everything. ये तो सच हो ही नहीं सकता, ये तो अच्छा हो ही नहीं सकता, ये तो हमेशा बुरा ही होगा. People who always think like this, they are known as skeptics. And this quality of thinking like this all the time is known as skepticism. Skepticism, that's how it is pronounced. Skepticism. Okay, so that's the essence, that's the feel of all these kinds of sentences. Again, we try to solve this. Those mangoes are so cheap. Cheap का मतलब सस्ता. Something which is priced really low. Something which is priced really low. So cheap that it cannot be good. That they cannot be good. That they cannot be good. That's your answer. Again, you can see that I I've used a negative word, cannot. That's the capability of the mangoes कि ये mangoes अच्छे हो ही नहीं सकते, ये आम अच्छे हो ही नहीं सकते. These mangoes cannot be good. Now let's move on to the next question. And in the meantime, what can I ask you to do? I want you to tell me what type of sentences are we writing. All of them. You tell me what type of sentences are we writing, and I want the answer in the comment section. Are we writing assertive sentences, or are we writing exclamatory or imperative sentences? Alright, let's move on to the third one. He drove too fast for the police to catch him. He drove too fast for the police to catch him. He drove too fast for the police to catch him. When you change this, first of all, how will you change this until and unless you know the meaning of the sentence? Somebody is driving a car on the road, and that person is driving so fast that the police cannot catch him. That's the meaning, and therein lies your answer. He drove so fast that the police could not catch him. So fast that the police could not catch him. That's your answer. Now, there were only 3 examples given in Wren and Martin, and we have discussed all 3. So now let's move on to the exercise questions. The question remains the same. I'll tell you the exact exercise number where you can find it in the book, and this is exercise 59 of book 2. Exercise 59 of book 2 of my favorite book, Wren and Martin. Now, it is never too late to mend. It is never too late to mend. Next one. I'm writing all the questions. You note down the questions as well. Pause the video and try to solve them. He is too proud to beg. He is too proud to beg. Next one. My heart is too full for words. My heart is too full for words. This is a good question. I would mark it as a star question. Now, let's discuss the answers. It is never too late to mend. It is never so late. It is never so late that one cannot mend. That one cannot mend. That one cannot mend. It is never so late. It is never so late that one cannot mend. You copy these 3 words word for word. Why one? From where has this one word come? It has come because the sentence is speaking about or talking about people in general. It is addressing each and every person that exists, and this applies to each and every person that exists on this planet. It is never so late that one cannot mend. It is never so late that a person cannot mend. Now, what is the meaning of this sentence? कभी भी इतनी देर नहीं हुई है कि उस भूल को या गलती को सुधारा ना जा सके. That is the meaning of the whole sentence. So, when you have no clear subject, you write one. Okay. Next one. He is too proud to beg. He is so proud that he cannot beg. He is so proud that he cannot beg. Here you will write he is. Let me write only. He is so proud that he cannot beg. वो इतना घमंडी है कि वो भीख नहीं मांग सकता. इवन इफ उसकी हालत बहुत खराब हो, फिर भी उसमें इतना घमंड है, इतना दम है कि वो भीख नहीं मांग सकता. दैट इज द लिटरल मीनिंग ऑफ दिस सेंटेंस. टू बेग का मतलब होता है भीख मांगना. टू आस्क फॉर आर्म्स, ALMS, आर्म्स, arms. To beg for alms. You beg for alms. Next one. My heart is too full for words. My heart is so full that I cannot speak words. That I am utterly speechless. Either way you can write. My heart is so full. My heart is so full. Full as in full मतलब पानी से तो नहीं भरा होगा ना, इमोशन से, भाव से, फीलिंग से इतना भरा हुआ है. My heart is so full that I cannot speak. I cannot speak. ये भी चलेगा. Okay, या फिर you can write I cannot utter words. I cannot utter words. Utter is another word for speaking. Utter is another word for speaking. My heart is so full that I cannot speak, or my heart is so full that I cannot utter words. I cannot speak words. All of them are fine. Let's move on to the next set of questions. Next question says, he was too late to hear the first speech. Sorry. He was too late to hear the first speech. He was too late. He was too late to hear the first speech. He was too late to hear the first speech. Maybe a person went to an event. There were a good number of keynote speakers, and among those, a person, the protagonist of this line, the main person of this line, the he of this line, he reached the venue late and he missed to hear the first speech. This is the whole situation, and the whole situation has been summarized in this one line, that he was too late to hear the first speech. That is, he was so late that he could not hear the first speech. And here I have given you the answer. Let's move on to the next question, number 5. He is too ignorant for a postman. He is too ignorant. He is too ignorant for a postman. Now, what do you mean by the word ignorant? Ignorance is the opposite of knowledge. Ignorance can be said to be the lack of knowledge. एक इंसान के पास ज्ञान है और एक इंसान बिल्कुल अज्ञानी है. ये इग्नोरेंट वही अज्ञानी इंसान के लिए अंग्रेजी का शब्द है. Ignorant means a person who lacks knowledge. So he is too ignorant for a postman. He is so ignorant that he cannot be a postman. A postman needs to have knowledge. Knowledge about the geography of a place. Knowledge about the addresses of various locations. Knowledge to read people and to understand what is it that the content of letters are. You will see that in many movies a postman is shown, a postman typically belonging to an Indian village, and that postman not only delivers letters but seeks permission from the receivers, opens up their letter and reads the contents for them. Okay, so the postman has to be a person of knowledge and wisdom, how to express the words in such a way such that the message is such that the message is conveyed in its entire essence, in its entire meaning. Okay, so that is what it says, that he is so ignorant, he is so unknowledgeable that he cannot be a postman. And I have given you the answer. Next one. The boy was too old for a whipping. The boy was too old for a whipping. Now, what do you understand by the word whipping? Whipping का मतलब होता है कोड़ों से मारना. कोड़ा, you understand? If you have seen older movies, this was a kind of punishment which was delivered to prisoners in jail in older times. Like राजा महाराजाओं के ज़माने में कोड़ों की सज़ा मिलती थी. कोड़ा एक चाबुक को कहते हैं. चाबुक या हंटर, जिससे एक शेर को मारते हैं एक सर्कस में ताकि वो एक टेबल पे बैठ जाए, बिल्कुल वही चाबुक. So whipping means chabuk se marna. Okay, the meaning of the sentence is that there is a boy and he is a grown-up boy and he is such a tall grown-up boy that he cannot be whipped. उसे कोड़ों से नहीं मारा जा सकता क्योंकि वो बड़ा हो चुका है. Okay, the boy was too old for a whipping. The boy was so old that he could not be whipped. Whip. This is the spelling whip. मैंने आपको आंसर्स समझाने के क्रम में ऑलरेडी बता चुके हैं. अब जो समझदार बच्चे होंगे वो वीडियो पॉज करेंगे, रिकॉल करेंगे और आंसर खुद से लिखेंगे. और अगर आप बाय चांस रिकॉल नहीं कर पा रहे, वीडियो को वापस से रिवाइंड कहते हैं ना, रिवाइंड कीजिए, मेरे शब्द सुनिए और आंसर खुद से लिखिए. आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू स्पून फीड माई स्टूडेंट्स बिकॉज आई वॉन्ट देम टू बी सेल्फ इंडिपेंडेंट, सेल्फ रिलायंट. लेट्स मूव ऑन टू द नेक्स्ट सेट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस. Let's move on to the next set of questions. Okay. Let's move on. The next question says, okay, and we have one last question. The tree is too high for me to climb. The tree is too high for me to climb. इसका आंसर मैं बता देती हूँ. Let me tell you the answer to this question, and it will be the tree is so high that I cannot climb it. The tree is so high that I cannot climb it. Now, we have reached 7th question, which is half the exercise. For the next 7 questions, I have flipped the question. Flipped the question as in, अब मैं answer लिखूंगी और आप question sentence लिखोगे. Yes, my dear students, we are going to learn how do we add the adverb to a sentence. क्योंकि transformation तो दोनों तरफ से आना चाहिए ना. हमने सीखा adverb TOO को remove कैसे करते हैं एक sentence से. अब हम सीखेंगे कि उस adverb को वापस से सेंटेंस में जोड़ते कैसे हैं. इट विल नॉट बी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड. आप पैटर्न प्रैक्टिस करते करते ही पकड़ लोगे. आपको कोई रूल्स याद करने की जरूरत नहीं है, सिर्फ और सिर्फ प्रैक्टिस करने की जरूरत है, सिर्फ और सिर्फ पैटर्न पकड़ने की जरूरत है. चलिए शुरू करते हैं. एंड हियर आई वुड लाइक टू चेंज द क्वेश्चन. माइंड यू, वी आर स्टिल डूइंग एक्सरसाइज नंबर 59 of book 2 of Lennon Martin. It's just that अब मैं आंसर्स लिखूंगी और आप क्वेश्चन जनरेट करोगे. Let's start. This is the let's say spin-off. This is the spin-off of the same exercise. Rewrite the following sentences. By adding the adverb to. You don't have to worry. I will solve it initially for you. Let's start with the first one. He speaks so fast that he cannot be understood. He speaks so fast that he cannot be understood. He speaks so fast that he cannot be understood. We meet people like this all the time in our everyday lives. People who speak so fast. People who speak so fast that we are not able to catch what they are trying to say. Then there are others who eat their own words. People who don't complete one sentence before they move on to the next. People who just talk about themselves and go on and on and on about it, and they don't give us the chance to express how we felt about it. So we meet all kinds of people. हम बड़बोले लोगों से मिलते रहते हैं. This is one such case. And now coming back to the question, how do we change it? The way to change is that ye so will go away, and that will also go away. And in place of these two words, we have to use the verb, the adverb to. And this is how you frame the sentence. He speaks too fast To be understood. If I have to break it into a syntax, he speaks remains the same. So के जगह पे to आ जाता है. Past is the same. That goes away. To be is added and understood remains the same. But I would still suggest you don't try to mug up the syntax. Just keep on practicing, and you will catch the pattern. Language learning is all about how you catch the pattern, how you get used to the pattern. It's like a river, dear children. ये एक नदी के जैसा है. English सीखना या for that matter learning any other language is just like learning how to swim into a river. You go with the flow. You go with the flow. You don't pressurize yourself to go by syntax and learn the technique and all. You just jump into it and figure your way out. Of course, you need to know the technique, which I am here to teach you. But ultimately, you will learn when you jump into it. Now, let's move on to the next sentence, which is, he is so stupid that he cannot handle such a difficult post. This is sentence number 8. This is 9. He is so stupid. He is so stupid that he cannot handle such a difficult post. He is so stupid that he cannot handle such a difficult post. We write it, he is so stupid that he is too stupid. He is too stupid to do what? He is too stupid to handle such a difficult post. He is too stupid to handle such a difficult post. He is that stupid. Now, let's move on to the next one. These sentences, they are pretty long, but that's Brendan Martin. What can we say? Okay. Next one says, she was sobbing so deeply that she could not answer. Number 10. She was sobbing so deeply. She was sobbing so deeply that she could not answer. That she could not answer. Now, what do you mean by the word sobbing? Sobbing मतलब crying, रोना. She was sobbing too deeply. She was sobbing so deeply that she could not answer. वो इतनी फूट के रो रही थी कि वो कुछ कह नहीं पाई, वो कोई जवाब नहीं दे पाई. Somebody must have asked her something really humiliating or really insulting or really disturbing, and she, instead of answering, started crying, and she cried so bitterly that she was not able to answer back. Now, you always cry bitterly. Crying bitterly का मतलब ये होता है फूट के रोना. Okay, you always cry bitterly in English. Okay. Now, let's come to the answer of this question. And in explaining so, I have already given you the answer, and that is, she was sobbing too deeply to answer. She was sobbing too deeply to answer. Look, simple. Okay, excuse me, just a second. Now, she was sobbing too deeply to answer. What is the sense of this sentence? In the sense that, again, I have explained the meaning to you, but how did I arrive at this sentence? I have retained the verbs and the subject. Then I added the adverb to just before the adjective, that is deeply. And what was she unable to do? What was she not good enough to do? Comes towards the end. वो क्या है जो वो इंसान नहीं कर पाया या नहीं अचीव कर पाया या नहीं है, या वो क्वालिटी नहीं है, या वो बात नहीं है, वो हिस्सा हमेशा आखिर में आता है. अच्छा, हमें कैसे पता टू एडवर्ब है? आप देखोगे कि डीपली के पहले आता है डीपली, विच इज एन एडजेक्टिव. एन एडजेक्टिव which is being qualified which is being modified by an adverb to. TOO2 is adverb of degree. It tells you the extent of some quality, the extent of some action. Too deeply, बहुत ज़्यादा रो रही थी, बहुत गहराई से रो रही थी. गहराई से नहीं रोया जाता, बहुत फूट के रो रही थी. In that sense, this is TOO2. Once again, the subject, the verb, the adjective. Before the adjective comes the adverb TOO2. It comes before the adjective and it adds more meaning to the adjective. And whatever action the person was not able to do, whatever quality the person was not able to exhibit, that comes towards the end of the sentence. And it is always accompanied by the preposition TO2. उसके साथ हमेशा preposition TO2 आता है. आप प्रैक्टिस करते करते सीख जाओगे. सब्जेक्ट, वर्ब, एडवर्ब, एडजेक्टिव और उसके बाद वो एक्शन जो वो इंसान नहीं कर पाया. अगर इफ एट ऑल किसी को सिंटैक्स चाहिए उसके लिए, हालांकि उसकी जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. डोंट कंसर्न योरसेल्फ टू मच विद इट. नेक्स्ट वन. दिस फैक्ट इज सो एविडेंट दैट इट डज नॉट रिक्वायर प्रूफ. दिस फैक्ट इज सो एविडेंट that it does not require proof. That it does not require proof. The fact is so evident that it does not require proof. The fact मतलब कोई तथ्य, कोई डेटा, कोई ओपिनियन जो डेटा बैक्ड है, वो इतना एविडेंट है, वो इतना प्रत्यक्ष है, वो इतना ऑब्वियस है कि उसको प्रूफ की ज़रूरत नहीं है. वो ओपिनियन, वो डेटा बैक्ड ओपिनियन या फैक्ट या स्टेटमेंट अपने आप में सेल्फ प्रूविंग है. अपने आप में सेल्फ प्रूविंग है. दैट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ दिस सेंटेंस. नाउ हाउ डू वी चेंज दिस? दिस फैक्ट इज टू एविडेंट. बिल्कुल प्रत्यक्ष है. इज टू एविडेंट टू नीड प्रूफ. नीड नहीं है, टू रिक्वायर प्रूफ. टू रिक्वायर प्रूफ. दिस फैक्ट इज सो एविडेंट दैट इट डज नॉट रिक्वायर प्रूफ. ये फैक्ट इतना प्रत्यक्ष है कि इसे प्रूफ की जरूरत नहीं, इसे किसी तरह के वैलिडेशन की जरूरत नहीं. वैसे ही दिस फैक्ट इज टू एविडेंट टू रिक्वायर प्रूफ. एविडेंट का मतलब प्रत्यक्ष. प्रत्यक्ष मतलब क्लियर, जो आंखों के सामने हो. ठीक है. अच्छा, चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. लेट्स मूव अहेड. दिस वाज सेंटेंस नंबर 11. नाउ फॉर द लास्ट 3 sentences I will write only the question and it's your job to attempt it. I will, in the manner of speaking, also reveal the answer, but I will not write it. Number 12. The work is so much that no man can do it single-handed. The work is so much. The work is so much that no man can do it single-handed. The work is so much that no man can do it single-handed. ये काम इतना ज़्यादा है कि कोई भी इसे अकेले single-handedly नहीं कर पाएगा. Now, how do we change this? You will tell me, I will not. Now, next one. The work is too much. And ... Okay. Next one. The shirt is so small that I cannot wear it. The shirt is so small. The shirt is so small that I cannot wear it. The shirt is too small for me to wear it. Okay, the shirt is too small. Small is the adjective. उसके पहले to आ जाएगा. And for what? For me to wear it. ये for me आप add करोगे. So small that I changes to me. Why? Because I is a personal pronoun which is used as a subject, and me and mine are pronouns which are used as objects. Subject और object में क्या difference होता है? Subject is somebody who does something. वो इंसान जो action लेता है. For instance, I am waving my hand. I am writing with this chalk. I am the doer. I write with the chalk. I am in control. I take the action. The chalk is the object. Why? Because something is done to the chalk. I write with this chalk. Okay, I write with the chalk. Okay, and I write with the chalk on the board. I write with the chalk on the board. I write with this chalk. The chalk has no power. It is solely under my control. And I write with it on the board. The board is another object. These two objects are the receiver of the action. They receive the action. मैं जो भी कर रही हूँ उसका असर इन दोनों चीजों पे पड़ता है, तो इस सेंस में ये ऑब्जेक्ट हो जाते हैं. ओके, सो आई जब कोई भी इंसान आई यूज करता है तो वो अपनी बात करता है एज द डूअर ऑफ द सेंटेंस, एज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पर्सन ऑफ दैट सेंटेंस. ओके, द सेंटेंस इज अबाउट आई, बट जब कोई मी के टर्म्स में बात करता है तो इसका मतलब मी के साथ कुछ हो रहा है. मी कुछ कर नहीं पा रहा है, मी के साथ कुछ हो रहा है, इसीलिए वो ऑब्जेक्ट है. सो यहाँ पर मैं आपको हिंट दे रही हूँ, फॉर मी आएगा. ओके, फॉर मी टू वेयर इट. ये लास्ट का फ्रेज है. इसके पहले जो आएगा वो आप खुद फिगर आउट करोगे. चलिए अब आखिरी सेंटेंस पे आते हैं, और इसके साथ मेरा पेपर नीचे गिर गया है. जस्ट अ मिनट. ओके, इट टुक जस्ट अ फ्यू सेकंड्स बाय द वे. लास्ट वन. द बैग वाज सो हेवी दैट आई कुड नॉट कैरी इट. The bag was so heavy. The bag was so heavy that I could not carry it. That I could not carry it. The bag was so heavy that I could not carry it. बैग इतना भारी था कि मैं उसे उठा नहीं पाया. ठीक है ना, दैट्स द मीनिंग ऑफ द सेंटेंस. हेवी इज योर एडजेक्टिव एंड यू दैट आई वाज नॉट एबल टू कैरी इट. द बैग वाज टू हेवी फॉर मी. आई के जगह पे मी आ जाएगा, फॉर मी टू कैरी इट. ये लास्ट वाला आप खुद फिगर आउट करो. चलो, with this we have come to the end of today's class. I hope the concept was clear. If it is still not clear, please let me know in the comment section and I will definitely reach out to you. With that, I take your leave. This is me, Divya Snehal, signing off.